showbiz to the geekiest of inventors. Welcome to Down the Mouth Talk Show with your host, Miles Smollatin, where we conversate with experts, gurus, wannabes, and elites in the political, economic, and social spheres of life. We believe that a conversation is a journey, and of course, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with only a single step. Joining us today on this journey is Innocent Ufakunesu, also known as Sarungano. Welcome.
Thank you, Miles. Thank you very much.
Good. It's good to finally have you with us today. I've heard the name Innocent Answer before. Is it a nickname or something? What's behind that?
It's the nickname Answer came from other activities which I was doing.
Okay.
Because at school I was known for doing a lot of co-curricular activities, and one of them being basketball. And in basketball, people say my kind of play resembled Allen Iverson, whose nickname is the Answer in the NBA. So people just started calling me Answer, and then I became Innocent Answer. But you will not find that on my birth certificate.
Of course. we get that part.
Yeah.
So before we get to unveil Sarungano, can you give us a brief background of Innocent Ufakunesu? Where does he come from? Who is he? Who is Innocent Ufakunesu?
It's a huge question.
Yes.
If you say to a person, "Who are you?" they then try to say in terms of what. But well, if I'm to be plain, I was born in my mother's village of origin.
Okay.
My mom comes from Murewa. I was born at the hospital that is at Murewa Center. At that time, it wasn't a township. Now it has attained township status, but then it was just a growth point.
Okay.
And then from there, we moved around a lot. Our family moved around a lot. I've had the pleasure of doing primary school at I think 5 schools. Oh, 5 schools.
Which of those schools?
The primary. I went to the first school I went to was called Warren Park 6. Okay. It's in Warren Park D, which is where I stayed at that time. Okay. And then I went to stay like at our roots, which is from my father's side. I went to stay in Mondoro.
Okay, Mondoro. Okay.
And there's a school called Kawara there.
Oh, Kawara, yes.
Kawara. I did my grade 2 into grade 3 at Kawara, and then I went back into I went back to the city, and then I did my grades 3 to around grade 5 at what is then Warren Park 4.
Okay.
So after Warren Park 4, I went for only grade 6 at what is called Wesley Primary.
Oh, Wesley.
And then from Wesley now.
Come on.
The last primary school I had to attend was Mbai in Norton. We were now 5.
Okay, you were now
in Norton. So that for Mbai primary school, I did only grade 7 at Mbai primary school.
And so high school?
High school was only one school.
It was only Kutama College.
It was only Kutama College.
So Kutama College, I have friends there. Yeah. Someone used to tell me something about Kutama Old Boys Association.
Yeah,
something that they're so proud of. I'm really surprised and intrigued. What is that? What is Koba?
Koba. What Kutama has managed to do is they wanted to keep the tradition with the students. So what they then did was they formed an old boys association.
Okay.
Unfortunately now, or fortunately, I don't know if it's unfortunate or fortunate.
Okay.
Because now Kutama has girls.
Girls too.
So
exactly.
I don't know if Koba, if it can still be an old boys association, because now they have ladies. So I think they are going to, unfortunately or fortunately,
perhaps change it. Come on.
It just becomes an old students' union or something.
Oh yeah.
It has a rich heritage because there are a lot of high-profile people that came out of that.
Yeah, I see a lot of people take pride in it.
Yeah. Because a lot of high-profile people came out of it.
Okay.
People who've done well both in Zimbabwe and outside Zimbabwe, in governance, in religion, in every field that you can think of. People from Kutama have gone in and done well.
Okay. And so according to my research, you then proceeded to University of Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe
Yeah.
to
Chikomo,
study
Chikomo.
Chikomo. Exactly.
Yeah.
You were doing you have a bachelor's in sociology, is that it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, sure. After University of Zimbabwe, what are you doing now? Are you now doing music? Are you now pursuing music full time?
Yeah. Music is a full-time gig for me.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't want to be doing anything else because it has all the important things that I would want out of a career.
Okay.
So music is my full-time gig.
Okay, that's really good.
Yeah.
At least that ensures that you're fully dedicated towards that field and area. So, can you tell us how you first got into AfroJazz music? That's your genre, is it?
Yeah. It's what I do. Like the reason why we have always called it AfroJazz. I think
Yes.
it's an excuse for maybe lack of a better term.
Oh.
Really, because when we say AfroJazz, I think it's a lazy way of putting it across. From we say that we say that all the time. Unoimbachi AfroJazz. You know?
AfroJazz, yeah.
But I think it's our way of putting it because we'll be trying not to answer as many questions because the music that I do, the music that Oliver even did,
Yes.
it was a melting pot of different types of music.
Okay. Yes.
That come from within Zimbabwe.
Yeah, which is why he then came to
just
make his
the-
own name, Tuku Music.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because you then want to say, "Chimbori chi chandrikita," what exactly is this kind of music going to be called? Because mune katekwe imomo, mune mande, mune chinyambira, mune music from Bulawayo. I'm forgetting the proper genre, Batanga. You know, all these different types of genres that are from Zimbabwe, and then you are influenced by them, and then you come up with this sound. It's like for you to then explain to people that, just say, it's AfroJazz.
Oh, so you just say to the people it's
Yeah,
AfroJazz.
it's AfroJazz.
You don't want to be particular that
Yeah.
I mean Tuku music or something.
You just then say it's
It's
AfroJazz.
AfroJazz.
Yeah.
Okay. So how did you first get into AfroJazz?
Well, I come from a family that had people who sang, but they sang a cappella.
Okay.
A cappella because by the time when I was born, my parents they were part of AFO,
Okay.
which is a faith that involves a lot of singing. And the singing then, it was a lot of a cappella. Of course, instruments were there, but the singing from most of the Zimbabwean churches is a cappella. So because of that, I became interested in doing a cappella myself.
Okay.
When I was at Kutama, I told you that I did so many extracurriculars, and one of them was we would go on assembly and sing a song.
Okay,
You know,
that's
we would
good.
do- So because of that, I became interested in just singing. But then the turning point where I started playing guitar was for lack of